What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic. And more, it's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Y'all know what it is. Fitting in a quick video real quick. Then we're going to get on a video run at some point today. And I'll probably try to squeeze a live stream in there as well if I can. But Eddie Hearn's big DAZN plan, obviously, with a $1 billion plan, has resulted into him, potentially offering Chavez Jr. a 3-fight deal. I mean, Eddie Hearn is so desperate that he's digging to the slums of the boxing barrel to get a potential Chavez Jr. To sign with him, and Chavez Jr. is supposed to have a return bout at 169 pounds. The screenshot, so you know that it's trill, right there with the source, all on Twitter, so y'all know what it is. Shout out to the homie Michael Benson from the UK. Don't always see eye to eye, but I believe he's one of the best hustlers out there on boxing rumors and news. And shout out to Michael Benson, but yeah, like I told you, dude, wasn't nobody gonna sign with Eddie Hearn. He was targeting all those PBC fighters, man. Wasn't nobody gonna sign with him. Only guy was probably gonna sign with him enough is guys like Chavez Jr., who's desperate. And now he's on the E-list of class, not even a C-list, but C-list. But shout out to the homie Michael Benson. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., will return on August 4th or 11th at 169 pounds. Then potentially sign with Eddie Hearn. Mooted opponents are Sergio Moore, Gabriel Rosado, Vanes Monterrogian. Now, this is sad because he trying to bring up guys that ain't even, super middleweights, let alone, light heavyweights, because 169 is technically one light heavyweight. Vanes is getting, gang banged around like a little neighborhood thought. Rosado's desperate for anything. Sergio Moore, who gives a fuck, you know what I'm saying? His claim to fame was a little title he had and dropping Jacobs and shit, But, this is what Eddie Hearn is resorting to, man. He's resorting to bottom of the barrel fighters, while you at it, why don't you go, try to get Roberto Duran to sign a contract at 88 years old, whatever hell he is, you know what I'm saying? See if you can bring George Foreman out of retirement. Fuck it, bring Chavez Sr. out of retirement, But hey, this is what he this is Eddie shooting for. This is the $1 billion, first signee in America, which is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Definitely a EBT type of fighter. He ain't even close to what he once was, and when he was shit, he really wasn't shit. So, I mean, like I told you guys, one of those premier boxing champion fighters wasn't going to sign with him, man. Only the one that was stooping up to sign with Eddie Hearn was Jerry Curl, Brooklyn native, Denny, the Miracle Man Jacobs, and I bet he's dreading that shit right now, man. But, Andre Rozier did, make a valid point. I didn't even do a video on this. I think it went under a lot of people's noses in an interview he did with 7-8 Sports. Was the simple fact they signed with Eddie Hearn because of the HBO deal, and they had a consistent fight basis. He said Premier Boxing Champions wasn't keeping them on a consistent fight basis. He said, it was, from the executive, it was basically telling them just stay ready. It wasn't no concrete date for Danny Jacobs. It was just basically stay ready. And when you're ready, we at our convenience we'll get you a fight date. So Danny was basically a fourth tier type of fighter with Premier Boxing Champions. Now with Eddie Hearn, he's a tier 1 Matchroom USA client, and it made sense from that standpoint as far as him not being able to fight Franklin, at least knowing he was going to fight and having to scrap for dates, you know what I'm saying? So, maybe that could have been that was a selling point for Eddie Hearn. He did say he can, more guys can fight more frequently, but guess what? You got one, Danny Jacobs, you wasn't going to get another one, or at least 5 of them. You wasn't going to monopolize Premier Boxing Champions. They not stupid. Al Heyman, called him, told him what was up, say, listen to you. And when you couldn't get Mikey Garcia, you couldn't get Earl Spence, you couldn't get DeCharlos, couldn't get Deontay Wilder, you couldn't get nobody that you was targeting, So now, you targeting, Chavez Jr., a guy that nobody cared about him forever. And, it is what it is. You couldn't get a Benavidez, you couldn't get a Caleb Plant, you couldn't get nobody, man. That's what it's looking like. The $1 billion deal is going to be an extension of Premier Boxing Champions. That's what it's going to look like. Because if he want Premier Boxing Champion fighters, he want top-ranked ESPN fighters, he's going to have to rent them. He's going to just brawl them for one fight and be a neutral ground for guys like Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence to fight on there. Guys like Keith Thurman, versus, I don't know what the fuck's out there other than, Premier Boxing Champions. Terrence Crawford. It's going to be a common, a neutral ground, network. That's what he got to hope for. Because, when you get down the list and you get to sign a Chavez Jr., I mean, at this point, man, dude is done. He ain't even shit. So why would you even entertain it? Why would you even put this out here? Why would you even talk to this guy? You that desperate that you got to pick up top ranks and Al Heyman's leftovers a guy, that, two miracle workers in the sport of boxing, Bob and Al Hammond couldn't do nothing with. You think you gonna do something with Chavez Jr. in the 3-fight deal? Three fight deal? I mean, props to Eddie Hearn for being an idiot, man. I'm telling you guys, this dude ain't got no money, man. He really ain't got it like that. He ain't got the juice, because if he had the juice, he would have been signed somebody way more potent and premier than Chavez Jr. at this point in his career, man. But hey, let me know what y'all think about this this news. I don't know if nobody reported it. I know I'm behind the 8 ball today. Been super crazy, highest of the highs, and definitely the lowest of the lows. But we're gonna keep pumping that real trail boxing talk. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. I don't know if we're going to Cavs and Celtics prediction today, man. If I do, I do. If I don't, I'll come back with a reaction video. Hopefully, God willing, we gone.